Welcome everyone, welcome back to our channel. Today we are going to share another easy recipe. This is how to cook Murungai carrot biryani. This is commonly known as drumstick in English. It has a very nice flavor and is full of nutrients. What we need is 2 cups of basmati rice, about 400 grams of the drumsticks. If you have never tried cooking this before and do not know how to prepare this, please watch our earlier video. For the basic aromatic spices, you need 4 bay leaves, about half teaspoon of fennel seeds, a piece of cinnamon, 5 cloves, a piece of star anise, 4 cardamom pods, 1 tablespoon of chili powder. Reduce this if it's too hot. Half a tablespoon of meat curry powder, half a teaspoon of turmeric powder, half a teaspoon of dry roasted ground fennel seeds, half a teaspoon of ground black pepper, 1 tablespoon of vegan yogurt, you can use ordinary yogurt, 1 teaspoon of ground ginger and garlic, salt, half a teaspoon of sugar, 2 to 3 tablespoons of light cooking oil. Use coconut oil if you are making it vegan for extra flavor. Water, use 1.5 cup for every cup of rice, 1 cup of cherry tomatoes or use 2 large instead. Cut it as illustrated. 1 carrot, peel and grated as illustrated. 4 shallots or 2 medium onions, slice it as illustrated. Some fresh coriander, cut it as illustrated. First, you have to rinse and drain the rice. Rinse it a few times until the water turns clear. Heat a large heavy base pot. Add about 2 to 3 tablespoons of oil. Once it's heated, add in all the aromatic spices. Let it infuse the oil for a minute. Add the shallots or onions, whichever you're using. Stir it periodically, but once it starts to brown, you need to stir it more often. Reduce the heat if it's browning too fast. After about 3 minutes, it will look like this. Add the ground ginger and garlic. Keep stirring and let it cook for another 2 minutes. After about 5 minutes, it will look like this. You have to be careful not to burn it. Now we can add the drumsticks. Saute it for about 2 minutes. After 2 minutes, add the tomatoes. Stir it and let it cook for another 1 to 2 minutes. Add a little salt now. Do not add everything. This is just to dehydrate the vegetables. After 2 minutes, you can add the curry powder, chili powder and turmeric powder. Stir it well. Add the ground fennel seed powder and ground pepper. Stir it well. If it's getting too dry, you can add a little water, but the juice from the tomato is good enough. Let the drumstick cook in the masala for about 2 to 3 minutes. Now we can add the water. Measure about 3 cups of water. Always use the ratio 1:1.5 to cook rice, you won't go wrong. Stir everything well. Now add the yogurt. We are using vegan yogurt today. Stir it well. Add sugar. Stir it. Add the required amount of salt. Stir everything well. Increase the heat and bring it to boil. Once it starts to simmer, you can add the rice. Make sure it's well drained. Add the grated carrot. Stir it well. Taste it. Add more salt if necessary. If you want to spice it up, add more chili powder or pepper. Add half of the fresh coriander first. Stir it lightly. At this stage, you should avoid over-stirring it. You might end up breaking the rice. Place a lid. Switch the heat to medium and let it cook for about 12 minutes. After 12 minutes, reduce the heat. Switch it to low. Heat a hot plate or a heavy base frying pan. After another 3 minutes or a total of 15 minutes of cooking time, open the lid. Sprinkle balance of the coriander leaves. Cover it with a piece of aluminium foil and place the heated frying pan or hot plate over it. Reduce the heat to even lower and cook it for another 3 to 4 minutes. It's about 3 minutes. It's done. You can turn off the heat now. Now to make some caramelized onions. This is optional. You can skip this step. For vegan, use 2 tablespoons of virgin coconut oil. Non-vegans can use ghee or butter. 3 or 4 shallots or 1 large onion. Finely slice it as illustrated. Half a teaspoon of sugar. Heat a wok or a frying pan. Add 2 tablespoons of virgin coconut oil or 1 teaspoon of ghee. Using ghee or virgin coconut oil will give it a nice aroma and taste. Add the sliced shallots or onion. Let it fry until it turns golden brown. Reduce the heat and continue stirring. This takes time, you have to be patient. After about 3 minutes, you can add the sugar. This will caramelize the onion. Keep stirring until it turns brown. After 4 to 5 minutes, you'll find it slightly crispy. You can turn off the heat. Now the rice has been resting for about 30 minutes. Remove the hot plate and the aluminium foil. Add in the caramelized onions. Use a pair of chopstick or fork to mix and loosen it. You can remove the whole spices if you come across it, like the cinnamon, cardamom, cloves, bay leaves and star anise. You always have to let the rice rest before you stir it. Stirring it immediately when it's cooked will break the grains and become mushy. The biryani is ready for serving now. Serve it hot or warm. Paired with onion raita. We have already shared how to make this onion raita in a previous video. Please watch it. You can serve it with cucumber or any salad of your choice. You definitely have to try this recipe. It's very simple and easy. Share with us your photos and your comments. Till we meet again soon with another new recipe. Vanakkam. Bye.
Thank you. Don't forget to like and subscribe.